The Hate Game.
Well, that explains so much.
Applejack exclaimed, as Fluttershy blushed embarrassingly.
To think that this is what you hate the most in the world. Oh dear. It really puts some things into perspective.
Rarity added, making Pinkie nod frantically.
Seriously, this literally changes my entire interpretation of your character. I'm sure glad we got to hear it.
The pink pony shouted.
My hate for failed stunts seems a bit silly in comparison.
Rainbow Dash mumbled.
Good, because I will never speak of this ever again.
Fluttershy assured them softly. This wasn't their first sleepover, and this wasn't their first time playing a few games to have some fun. It wasn't even their first sleepover in Twilight's castle. However, tonight they embarked on something novel, which was Applejack's idea. Talk about the thing they hated the most in the world. They realized that even if they knew each other by heart, they were never really aware of what they hated the most, or what made them the most afraid.
What about you, Twilights? What do you hate the most?
Rarity inquired, as Twilight hummed in thought.
Let me guess. Being late?
Rainbow Dash tried to guess.
Don't you mean tardy?
Pinkie interjected while chuckling.
Oh, no, it's nothing like that. Although those are pretty bad still. I would say mosquitos.
Twilight revealed as they all seemed quite taken aback.
Mosquitoes? I wasn't expecting that from you.
Applejack replied, making Twilight raise an eyebrow.
Why are you all so weirded out by it? You accepted Fluttershy's answer so much more easily.
Twilight retorted in annoyance.
Yes, but it makes so much sense for her when you think about it.
Pinkie argued, while Rarity tilted her head, still wrapping her head around this.
Well, you have to understand us, darling. With everything we live through, mosquitoes just seems like a mild inconvenience.
She explained, as Twilight snapped her eyes open in shock.
Mild inconvenience? Mild inconvenience? Are you crazy?
She shouted, making the unicorn step back in surprise.
All right, let's calm down.
Applejack attempted to ease the tension, unsuccessfully.
Do you know what it's like to spend every summer with your windows closed, Rarity? To keep them closed even if the scorching heat is about to fry your brain, all because you live in fear?
Twilight questioned, while Rarity's eyes wandered around the room, looking for support only to be met with shrugs.
No?
She hesitantly answered.
Of course you don't, because then you would understand. Every day I live in fear because I'm afraid. I'm afraid that one of those things came in somehow. And those little bastards are smart. Once they're inside, they hide like cowards. They give you a sense of security.
Twilight told them with shaking legs as she stepped back, giving the other unicorn some space.
And it works every damn time. I always make the same mistakes over and over again. So after I spent the whole day searching for them and guarding my home, I see the sunset and tell myself maybe none of them managed to enter. That's right, just keep the windows closed and you'll sleep peacefully.
She continued, her voice getting quieter.
You think you're safe and that you can have a good night's rest. Oh, and then you hear them. Oh, yes, because they are never alone. Every time you kill one of them, another will appear. Are we still talking about mosquitoes?
Rainbow Dash asked out loud before immediately closing her mouth when Twilight's glare met her eyes.
So, as I was saying, you close your eyes, ready to drift to Luna's realm of dreams. And then one of them comes right for your ear. They could bite you and be done with it, but no, they want to let you know they're here. They want to see you struggle. They want to see you fight for your life. I feel like you could just ignore them.
Fluttershy whispered, as the alicorn snapped her head the Pegasus's way.
Ignore them? There's no way I can do that. The second I close my eyes, bzz, then I look for it everywhere, and nope, can't find it. So I go back to bed, and bzz, bzz.
Twilight began making mosquito noises while flying around, her friends witnessing all of it.
They're doing this to taunt me, and it works. At 4 a.m., I'm still trying to find every single one of them and dispose of those useless parasites.
She shouted, making Fluttershy gasp.
They play mind games, and they're even better than Discord. I'm not even joking. If we had faced mosquitoes instead of Discord that first time, then we would have straight up lost. They're merciless, mindless beasts thirsting for our blood.
She screamed, breathing heavily while her friends looked at each other, unsure of how to respond.
Whoa, okay, I guess you really hate mosquitoes, huh? But,
Rainbow Dash started before being abruptly cut off by the princess's voice.
No buts! Listen very carefully. There's nothing in this world that would bring me more joy or pleasure than to eradicate every single mosquito in the world. I don't care if they're important for the ecosystem or something. In fact, I would happily sacrifice the world if it got me to listen to their agonizing screams, and if they begged me for mercy.
She assured them with a low, threatening tone. The others remained seated, with their eyes wide and their jaws on the floor, unable to form a response. Fluttershy simply fainted, having never heard of such hate for such small creatures.
You know what? You girls gave me a great idea! I'll talk to Princess Celestia right away and make her start a crusade against those monsters.
Twilight decided before teleporting away, and leaving her friends behind.
That happened?
Rainbow Dash said while the others stayed silent.
So, any pony want to play Uno?
Pinkie suggested, as she pulled a game of Uno out of literally nowhere.
I have the adult version,
She added, while giggling. There has got to be someone out there in the world that hates mosquitoes just as much as she does in this story. Or even worse. Anyways, let's get on to our non-hateful donators. Top donators: Jessie Smith, Zach30, BadassWaffle, Onlyonething, Ceru, Orion, and Caladis. Matchback Jock, Rayden, Runescythe, Will, Twinkie, Luigi, Chancellor, Crust, Big Smoke, Murder Princess, LILmighty, Symphony, and many more amazing people. Thank you all so much for watching this video and live life to the fullest.